Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks. I want to share with you guys how to start tracking from our prediction list. And I already have the state of Pennsylvania up, so make sure you guys pay close attention to these videos. We're going to take another example, excuse me, from Pick 3, Ohio. I want to share with you guys how to start tracking possible hits, especially, information coming from the prediction list, okay? And I want to share with you how these things are moving so you can start paying attention to certain numbers. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. People will say, "Oh, Miss Florida, I mean, it got the list hit, but I didn't get it." So I want to share with you how you may want to start looking at it. So hey, maybe you can do a little something, right? All right, we're going to start with our Saturday draws. And if anyone doesn't know by now, in the membership, I always go back to around the weekend. Things start popping up. I noticed that there's a lot of triples, maybe slanted or false triples. Sometimes they like to come across. I'm going to show you an example of that real quick. They don't like to come diagonal. I just did PA. Sometimes Saturday evenings, I'm looking for things that come across too. Okay. So those are the kind of two that I look for, and that's what I study. I study them because I notice that these type of lists can bring out some hot hits for the week, or at least one. Okay, that's the goal, and to help you when you do see that, what you might want to look for during the week, so you can learn how to study and lock in more hits. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm just telling you how you may want to start looking and how to really start studying this stuff. Okay. I don't want to give you guys just a bunch of numbers. What good is a bunch of numbers if you can't even follow what's going on in your state? Makes no sense, right? So we're going to end that today. I hope that you're paying attention. Pay attention whether this is your state or not. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get going here. Saturday, July 6th, there was a hit of 498. Okay. Now, if you're new here and maybe you don't know how to put these type of rundowns together, they're very simple. What you're going to do is you're going to lock in the last hit you're using. We're using 498, and you're going to add each of these numbers down the columns. Okay. So for the first column, we're going to add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Only use your ones place your 0. Okay. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Only use your 2. Okay. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Use your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. All right. So the number you start with should be the number you end with. All right. Then you would add 1 all the way down your second column, 7 all the way down your third column. Once you have your grid completed, you may notice, okay, that from your left side, you see these mirrors right here, this 9 and 4, 4 and 9, there's a straight triple. Sometimes they'll be straight and sometimes they'll be false. Okay. They won't always be like that. Let me see if I have a false to show you. Which I just did. South Carolina, for instance, over the weekend they had a 277-722. They won't always be straight. Okay. All right. So the next thing before we go further, what is a mirror number? Because you got to learn how to distinguish certain things. Some people believe in them, some people don't. That's on you. I'm not here to debate. I know what I see, I know what I study. So, anyways, we're going to go there. Make sure you know what your mirror numbers are. Okay. Some people wouldn't even know this is a 9-4 because normally there would be doubles here, like a 4-4 or 9-9. So, whenever you're trying to find out if there's triples that are going up or down or false triples, always look to your left side if you're using your 317 rundown. Okay. But some people need to know where to look so they're not looking everywhere aimlessly. Okay. So, 0 could be a 5 or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. All right. 2 can be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 can be an 8, 8 could be a 3. And in our case, 9 could be a 4 and 4 can be a 9. Okay. So now that you know kind of what you may want to look for, especially after the weekends, pay attention. I go back to the Saturday evenings and I just kind of compare. Okay. Like Saturday evening, they didn't have a diagonal or straight across. So I went with the midday hit. I'm glad I did that because that midday hit, that midday rundown gave me the triple, which gave a hit. And I want to show you guys how to start looking for this stuff. Okay. So now we got that wrapped. If you know what mirror numbers are, you know how to put your 317 rundown together. All right. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to something. When I put the weekly list, this is an example of my weekly list, right? Okay. This is exact. I have the actual post written out, but this is example of some stuff that would be on the video. You'll see a bunch of numbers here, right? You know, you're like, I don't want to play all those numbers. You don't, but I want to show you something. For Ohio, I noticed right around your top part of your triple, there's a 026 and it's mirror 571. Why is this so important? Okay, because you also see a 640 at the bottom and then a 19. I believe that should be 5 if we were to put all those numbers in. 195. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you which, ones you should or shouldn't, but I'm just telling you how you want to get ready to read this. Now notice the 026 also, which is very important, comes straight across in its mirror form. This is why if you don't know what mirrors are, it's going to get you into a lot of trouble because this can help you unlock things that are traveling, but they're in mirrored form. And you'll miss it if you don't know what your mirrors are. Okay? So anyone telling you, oh, you better rethink again. Okay? So 026 can also be 012, okay? It could be 210. It could be 701. It could be 215, okay? Or 215 this way. There's a couple ways to get that 215, all right? I want you to pay attention to this family of numbers. Now, pay attention to see if the numbers go across anywhere the next couple of days. So that evening, did I see it go across? No, the next day I'm looking, I didn't see it go across. But hold on. The evening of July 7th, 157, which is actually, look at this, which is actually the numbers that are slanted. I said, hold on, 157, bam, 026. They're actually slanted. So, okay. So this is telling me this family of numbers could be high. Now, on the prediction list, you may notice those families of numbers: 571, 567, 760, 265, 026, 012, 215, and 701. I always have these together. If you guys notice in the membership, I always have our family of numbers. It's about 8. Whenever you see a family and I have them in all their mirror forms, it's for a reason. This is why. Because if one may not play, you have the other possible options, especially because you're seeing that this is traveling now. So hold up. You see the 026 came right off of this triple and it came right across this grid under the 840. I said, hold up, 571, 157, 602. Okay. So I'm going to put a mark here. This is telling me heads up. Heads up. Something could be going on with this. This could be important. Okay. Okay. So then I see it again. But this time it's another mirrored form. Remember we was talking about those mirror forms, right? That's another family number right up in here. I have them all. They're just in different order. So make sure you read that. I said, okay, this is this 071 and 562. It came again. So this is really letting me know I better stay those 8 numbers. I better pay close attention. It's already on the weekly prediction list that Miss Florida was so kind enough to put together. I may want to look at that. Okay. So then I said, okay. And then it actually hit. I see something that actually hit 521. 521 actually hit. Now, where was that again? Remember I told you you have to learn how to mirror. This is why I have all the options available. I said 026 could have been something. 012 could have been something. You have a 215 that could have been something. 701 that could have been something. Okay. If you're looking in this area, you could have went 571. 567. You notice that's why I said this is very important. 760. You get that 760. Okay. You can either get 670 that way. And the last one would be 256. Is about 8 particulars when you're using these particular digits. But what hit? The 521. Now, where was that at? Again, we have it right here, 521. Or you could have went 215 this way. Mm, mm. Okay. So you'll say, but 521 didn't show straight across. They may not. This is the trickery. This is the foolery. They're hidden. They're hidden through what? Their mirrors. And if you don't know, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. Now, I have one for Pennsylvania, and those numbers may wrap around a key digit. This one does too. Look at this 512, guys. What number does that wrap around? The number 0. That's a key digit. So when you're looking at possible hits from a hot thing like this, Ohio, your key digit number could be 0. You notice how this 512 was wrapped right around that 0. Okay. Another thing that was wrapped around the 0, 701, 701, that could have been really hot for you guys as well. Okay. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to your zeros and fives. Okay. If you were going this way, you have a 256. Either way, they're wrapped around a 5. 256 could have been something hot. And then 5, your 607. And even your 567. Ooh, if you're using fives or zeros. So 760 and 567. Hopefully that may eliminate. But like I said, when you're first starting out, when you see a family of numbers and it's on the weekly list or your daily list, pay attention to what's traveling. Okay? Give yourself an option. If you see that it's picking up, you better start looking at it. Now, hopefully you have time because this picked up not once, but it picked up twice. It picked up twice. Now, let me see if I can see a 521 from the draw before, because a lot of people think they could just get it the draw before. So let's look. Let's see if we see a 521 or its mirror form around a 0. Okay, see, I see it's 5-1, but I don't see a 5-1-2. This is why I don't always use the draw before, because it may not have what you need in there. They may tell you a couple draws before that, but you just got to learn to stay on top of those numbers. Just something you may have to do. Okay. So just pay close attention. All right. So we started our Saturday. We said this. Now again, some states you have to pay attention. Especially if you're seeing patterns of the numbers that are hot that are coming around those triples. Some states, you may just see them across, but hopefully this will open you up on how to study and how you may want to look at special numbers that are coming on the prediction list so you don't miss them. Okay. So anyways, that's how you guys got your 521 hit. Love this. Pay attention to the numbers that are wrapped around your zeros and your fives, your key digits. Okay. Zeros and 5. Okay. So make sure that you're paying attention to that stuff. And like I said, you're looking for it to at least repeat at least once. Okay. Sometimes they will do it twice, sometimes even 3 times. So just pay attention. But this was like your sign. That's why I put these blocks here. I said, this was caution. Pay attention to this family of numbers. Pay attention. And it was hot. So Ohio, good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. See you guys in the next video.